Are you scared? I fielded this question too many times to count in the months leading up to my departure. I would simply smile and say no, but as the day drew closer, I could not deny that fear and doubt had crept in. Exhausted, overwhelmed, and frankly unprepared, I began my new life in the Netherlands. To say I got lucky with my roommates would be the understatement of the century. I lived with 2 Dutch students that loved me and took care of me so well, and shared their family and friends with me without reserve. Despite my initial encounter with culture shock, I settled into my new life and quickly felt at home in the Netherlands. During my time abroad, I was granted many opportunities to travel within Europe. I promised myself that I would take every chance that I got, despite any apprehension I might have. I explored Italy, England, France, Belgium, and Ireland over the span of 5 months. While in Dublin with my 2 roommates, we received the shocking news that there had been multiple large-scale attacks in Paris. In that moment, I was racked with fear about what that meant for me and the rest of the world. I felt as though I had to be vigilant like never before. There was a sense of unease. Addison, my friend studying in Arezzo, visited Amsterdam over Thanksgiving and told me of her plans to visit Paris the following weekend. She was unsure if she would still be going. I was faced with a decision: visit one of the world's most iconic cities or live in fear of what might happen. To my mother's dismay, I reminded myself of my promise to embrace adventure and, despite my fear, said yes. I spent the hours leading up to my departure for Paris sick in bed, and I doubted my ability to endure a 6-hour bus ride. I mustered the strength to make the journey, and before I knew it, I was lost on the streets of Paris at 5 in the morning. Despite the rough start, I was determined to make the best of this weekend. Seeing guards stationed around the city with large guns evoked conflicted feelings within me. On the one hand, I felt reassured that should something happen, at least they were there, but the knowledge that they were there because it was necessary struck fear within me. Choosing not to dwell on the dark undertones of our trip, Addison and I chose instead to overcome our fear and enjoy the fact that we were exploring a beautiful new city. We roamed the streets of Paris, taking in all the city had to offer. Eventually, our wanderings led us to Champs-Élysées, a famous shopping street in the city. There, our senses were assaulted with a plethora of sights, smells, and sounds. The air took on a distinctly sweeter smell. Twinkling lights lined the busy street, and all around us we heard laughter and the whirling, whizzing noises of carnival rides. However, I could not ignore the voice in my head saying, if something were to happen, this would be the perfect place, because there are so many people. I tried to shake this nagging feeling, but seeing police patrol the area with guns only made matters worse. Making our way down the street through the Christmas market, we stopped at various stalls, buying gifts and trying local delicacies. As we neared the end, a Ferris wheel came into view. The massive structure towered above the festival and was lit up red, white, and blue. As an American, these colors have always symbolized freedom for me. On this night, the gleaming colors were a beacon of hope for French and Americans alike. Freedom will always overcome fear. It was with a renewed sense of fearlessness that Addison and I decided to spend the 12 euros to take a ride. Time was on our side as we boarded. The sky was painted every shade of yellow, red, orange, pink, and purple. Perched atop the Ferris wheel, high above the bustling market, the sun set on another day. And in that moment, I decided to let the sun set on my fear.